Most realtors will show you a house and say, "Can you picture yourself living here?" I don't do that. The very first question I ask every single client, whether you're buying their first home or their 10th rental property, what does this property need to do for you financially over the next 5 to 10 years? And the reaction I get is always one of the two things, either confusion or relief, because nobody has ever asked them that before. Prashant Nandyala with Prashant Nandyala team here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And today I want to share the one mindset shift that changed how I serve every single buyer and seller I work with. And honestly, it changed everything. The story, why I think this way. Before I was a realtor, I was an IT engineer. And in engineering, every decision comes down to one thing, performance. Does this system do what it's supposed to do? Is it efficient? Is it scalable? Does it produce results? And when I transitioned into real estate, I was honestly shocked. Because I kept seeing the clients, smart people, hardworking people, make one biggest financial decisions of their lives almost entirely based on emotion. They would walk into a house, love the kitchen backsplash, feel the natural light hit them just right, and just like that, they offered 30K over asking price on a property that objectively didn't pencil out. And I get it. I genuinely do. Buying a home is emotional. It should feel good. But here's what no one tells you. Emotion and strategy are not mutually exclusive. The best real estate decisions I've ever witnessed for buyers and sellers happen when both work together into a spreadsheet. So I started applying an investor's lens to every client. Not because I want to turn your home purchase into a spreadsheet, but because I want you to be protected. I want your asset to work for you, not against you. And it turns out, buyers who think like investors, they sleep a lot better at night. The investor framework. What it actually means. Okay, let's get practical. What does it actually mean to think like an investor when you're buying or selling a home? I break it down into 4 questions. I call this my P.A.C.E framework. P, price position. What does this property cost relative to comparable homes in your area? And more importantly, where is the neighborhood trending? In Pittsburgh, we have micro markets. A neighborhood that was overlooked 3 years ago might be the hottest zip code today. Are you buying into appreciation or chasing it? A, asset condition. An investor never buys a property without understanding it truly costs to own. What's the roof situation? What's the HVAC? Foundation? These aren't scary questions. They are wealth protection questions. A 15K repair on a 300K house is very different than on a 750K home. C, cash flow potential. Even if you're not renting it out, I always ask, could this property generate income if you need it to? A home with an in-law suite, a detached garage, or a finished basement opens income doors? That flexibility has value. Don't ignore it. E, exit strategy. This one people will never think about when buying, and it's the one that matters the most when life happens. Job change, growing family, divorce, death in the family, relocation. What's your exit? A property that's hard to sell, hard to rent, or in a declining market is a trap, not an investment. Now, do I walk every buyer through a 4-point financial analysis before they see a single house? No, that would be exhausting. But these questions live in the back of my mind constantly. When a client is torn between 2 properties or about to make a decision they might regret, these are the guardrails I use. The emotional side. This isn't cold logic. I want to take a second here because I know some of you watching this might be thinking, Prashant, I don't want to treat my home like a financial asset. I want to feel at home in it. And I hear you completely because here's the truth. The investor mindset, it's not about making you feel less. It's about making sure your feeling doesn't cost you more than they should. I've sat with families who bought a house they were absolutely in love with, only to call me 3 years later because they couldn't sell it, they couldn't rent it, and life had changed. That emotional memory of a perfect kitchen, it didn't pay the bills. And on the flip side, I've helped clients choose a house they thought it was just okay at first, who called me a year later saying it was the best decision they ever made because the school district was exceptional, the neighborhood appreciated 11%, and they had a basement apartment covering part of their mortgage. The home you fall in love with and the home that makes financial sense, more often than you think, they can be the same house. You just need someone helping you find it. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Because we are in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is genuinely one of the most fascinating real estate markets in the entire country right now. We have universities on top of universities. We have healthcare system that's a small city onto itself. We have tech companies quietly setting up shop here. We have a cost living that makes people move from New York, California, like it's a government witness program. I'm just kidding, kind of. Pittsburgh real estate is great for investors. Neighborhoods like Lawrenceville used to be overlooked. Now prices have shot up. There are still affordable areas with good cash flow that most people don't know about it yet. Plus, with so many universities and hospitals here, there is always strong demand for renters, even when other markets are slowing down. Which means whether you're buying your primary residence or your first investment property, Pittsburgh rewards people who think strategically. And that is what I'm here to help you do. So here's what I have to leave you with today. Whether you're buying, selling, or just thinking about your next move, start asking the question I ask every client. What does this property need to do for you over the next 5 to 10 years? If you have a clear answer to that, great. Let's find you that property. If you don't have a clear answer, that's what I'm here for. Because figuring that out together before you fall in love with the house is exactly how you protect you. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about real estate, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. I want to hear, are you more an emotional buyer or an analytical one? There is no wrong answer. I just love knowing who I'm talking to. But if you're in Pittsburgh or thinking about relocating here, the link to schedule a call with me is right below. No pressure, no script, just a real conversation. I'm Prashant. See you in the next one.